97.3 Citi FM. I am Umaru Sanda Amadu. Tonight I'm here with
Ejubi Wiafe Akenti.
And coming up over the next 90 minutes.
The OSP will charge the following persons with various corruption and corruption-related offences before the end of November 2025. 1. Kenneth Nanayao Oforiatta, former Minister of Finance.
Office of Special Prosecutor to charge Ken Oforiatta and 5 others, including German North Member of Parliament Ken Odamwa, over corruption-related offences in the SML saga. Also coming up and still related to charges, former National Service Boss Ose Esibe Entry slapped with 800 million cedi bill, while former Buffer Stock CEO Abdul Hanan asked to pay or post bill of up to 100 million cedis. And later on Eyewitness News, Fire and Gulf's Kumasi China City Mall will be live to bring you updates. Still 97.3 Citi FM for more on that and many other stories on here. Eyewitness News. And in business,
Bank of Ghana calls for stronger link between currency stability and real sector growth.
That's from the Citi Business Desk in 50 minutes. Eyewitness News is live across Ghana on a number of affiliate stations, including in Takrady on Beach 105.5 FM and Sky 93.5 FM. In Sunyani on Greener 95.9 FM, in Nkawie on Ajimpa 99.9 FM, in Ohohwe on Heritage 107.3 FM, in Sugakope on Freedom 88.1 FM, in Saboba on Radio Gaki 88.3 FM, in Garu on Quality 88.7 FM, and in Nalirugu on Nobia 98.1 FM. We are live also on YouTube and on Facebook. Look for Citi FM. We are interactive by WhatsApp on 0549 986 996 0549 986 996 or on Twitter using the hashtag Eyewitness News. You mention my handle at Umaru Sanda or at Citi973. Ejubi has our first story.
The Special Prosecutor Kisi Ejibin has announced plans to press charges against former Finance Minister Ken Oforiatta and other individuals implicated in the controversial revenue assurance contracts between the Ghana Revenue Authority GRA and Strategic Mobilization Limited SML by the end of November 2025. The others include current and former Commissioner Generals of the GRA, Dr. Amishadai Owusu-Amoah and Emmanuel Kofi Inti, as well as GRA officials Isaac Crenstil and Kwejo Damwa. Ernest Akore, former technical advisor at the Ministry of Finance, will also be charged by the Special Prosecutor. Addressing the press, Kisi Ejibin said evidence gathered by his office points to criminal conduct on the part of some officials during the negotiation, approval and implementation of the contracts.
The outcome of the investigation is that the OSP will charge the following persons with various corruption and corruption-related offences before the end of November 2025. 1. Kenneth Nanayao Oforiatta, former Minister of Finance. 2. Ernest Akore, Chef de Cabinet to Kenneth Nanayao Oforiatta as Minister of Finance. 3. Emmanuel Kofi Inti, former Commissioner General of Ghana Revenue Authority. 4. Amishadai Owusu-Amoah, former Commissioner General of Ghana Revenue Authority. 5. Isaac Crenstil, former Commissioner of the Customs Division of Ghana Revenue Authority and General Manager of Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited. 6. Kwejo Damwa, former Commissioner of the Customs Division of Ghana Revenue Authority and Member of Parliament for German South constituency. As part of the process, the OSP will seek to recover the financial loss caused to the Republic from the persons listed above. Also, the OSP will recover a total amount of 125 million cedis from SML by way of a disgorgement of unjust enrichment of overpayment by the return of the benefit of this amount it obtained unfairly at the expense of the Republic. This amount was arrived on 2 considerations. First, the participation of SML in the public revenue assurance regime was based on largely undeserved automatic payments detached from performance. Second, the figure was adjusted on a quantum meru basis. This is a legal doctrine that developed the English common law as a form of implied contract or quasi-contract to ensure that the person who conferred a benefit on another received compensation, even when no valid contract existed. The courts introduced the doctrine as an equitable remedy to prevent unjust enrichment, recognizing that fairness sometimes required payment even without an enforceable agreement. In the present context, the OSP configured the doctrine in respect of adjusting the fair value of the investments made by SML in pursuance of performing its obligations under the various contracts, even where the contracts were procured unlawfully and even where services were minimally performed or not performed at all.
Reacting to concerns about delays in the extradition process, Special Prosecutor Kisi Ejibin dismissed the claims, explaining that his office is working in collaboration with the Attorney General on the prosecution of the case.
On 2nd June 2020, we triggered the extradition request because by March, as we said, we had all the evidence we needed. We only needed official validation of them. And that is why we triggered the extradition request on 2nd June 2020 through the Chief of Staff. The past few weeks, we are once again drawing negative flag that we who put him on our list of wanted persons, that the OSP that declared him wanted, that the OSP that declared him a fugitive from justice, that the OSP that went to Interpol in record time of 48 hours and placed him on Interpol's red notice, we were stalling the case and that we were wasting time. But once again, as I said, we knew what we were doing and we knew what we were waiting for. And last week when the Attorney General addressed the media, he said something very poignant. He said, these financial investigations require time and patience. And we ask, give us that regard of time and patience, we will deliver the results we wanted, like this. And as I said, before the expiration of November 2025, we will charge all these persons that I listed before the criminal courts. We will not stultify our own investigations. We will not delay our own investigations. We would do it right. We will be patient. We will be meticulous. We would have all the expertise in the world examine all, because we only have one shot at these criminal cases. We cannot go back, forth with it. And so, I announce to you, as we did by way of our press statement last week, that we are in full collaboration with the Attorney General's Department. We cannot work against each other. We are working for the same cause, which is the cause of the Republic of Ghana. And we cannot be at loggerheads. We cannot be in dispute. Sometimes, personalities and how one wants to do something may clash a bit, but that should not be taken as dispute or disagreement.
You have the Special Prosecutor Kisi Ejibin.
This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. It is something that many have been waiting for. I believe one of the people who've been waiting for this is my guest on the line, Martin Kpebu. He's a lawyer. Sir, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Yes, you're welcome, Standard.
Just a week or so ago, you and I had a conversation on the relationship between the SP, the Special Prosecutor, and the Attorney General on this SML saga after the issue of the docket came up. Today, he has called a press conference, giving a very comprehensive report of the work that has been done so far, announcing that 6 persons, including Ken Ofori-Atta and a member of Parliament for German North, would be prosecuted before the end of November. Your take?
It's a bit of too little, too late. Yeah, a bit of it and a bit of success. A bit of too little, too late, because the main point still remains that he says they are being sat at a back and allowed Ofori-Atta to flee. I mean, that is the matter that OSC has to pay dearly for it. Because you sleep on the job and the suspect runs away, now you would come with press conference upon press conference. And it doesn't, you see, it's lost a lot of trust. It's lost a lot of trust. I don't know what it's going to do to regain this. Because Ofori-Atta was working here. Look, Look at the report he issued. Manasseh and the co petitioned OSP in December 2023. December 2023. Look, KPMG came out. KPMG was appointed, they say, January 2024, 2nd January. So, yeah, but eventually they came out with their report earlier. Right? Initially they said 2 weeks, then they asked for extension. But whatever it is, by March thereabouts, they had finished. I know a criminal investigation is different from KPMG, so, but this particular thing, right from, and don't forget, Manasseh also did an investigation, although they are journalists, but you see the things that they face are the same things OSC is using. So to have sat down from December 2023 to December 2024 for NDC to win this election, and then in January 2025 for Oforiatta to flee, and now you can't know we will do this. It doesn't cut, master. It doesn't cut. I feel like we've been fooled. I mean, come on. The more this topic comes up, and the more it beggars belief that OSC sat down and Oforiatta fled. I mean, come on. What are you going to do with this? He's a crown jewel. Oforiatta is a crown jewel. So the fact that they couldn't be proactive, what is rocket science about this investigation? That, yes, I reckon that it takes time. You see, like with the name in Black Star player, Patty's case, the rape case against him, taking time. Blatter, we know all that, but I'm talking about measures to take to make sure that Oforiatta didn't flee. So that one, with what Manasseh is in it, you could see if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, smells like a duck, it is certainly a duck. The material Manasseh presented, quickly, there were some things you could do to fact check these, and once you got those, quickly, as soon as NDC won, Oforiatta was supposed to be called in, and then stringent measures put in to prevent this is fleeing. So, this thing is a bit of too little, too late. Even if we eventually go and get to Oforiatta, the trust that is eroded will never be restored, because just like OSC sat as a duck, slept on the job, and then Oforiatta fled. So all these things, I'm not enthused. What is rocket science about this particular investigation that you take Oforiatta and Akori? So it's not only Oforiatta who fled. The chief of the cabinet, Akori, he's also fled. That was Oforiatta, one of his assistants. That also fled. He's in the U.S., right? Waxing lyrical, not willing to come back to Ghana. So I'm not excited. I'm not one to be excited by this thing. Something that I keep saying, foot soldiers kept hammering. Hey, close the borders, close the airport. Of course, we all know that we couldn't have closed the airport. But what they meant is that make sure nobody escapes. That was the message the foot soldiers were giving. And OSC sat down. What am I to do with this report when Oforiatta is hiding somewhere?
Talk to me about trial in absentia. Can it not be used now?
They should hurry up. That's even what worsens the case. They should hurry up with
No, what I'm saying is that because you kept saying that he has fled and you are disappointed, I'm saying that he can be trialed in absentia. So I'm not sure the horses have bolted necessarily, have they?
Oh, but OSC officials are busy saying that they cannot do trial in absentia. They're busy doing that kind of thing. Yes, you hear, check the media, you see them, each trial in absentia. We've had debate where OSC officers and OSC officers came in and was trying to dispute trial in absentia, saying that the Oforiatta should have attended court once before fleeing, which is not our law. Sandra, I hope you have the Constitution there. Please read Article 19, Clause 3A. Ours just says that if you are informed about the trial, criminal trial, and you don't come, then the trial can go on without you. That is what our Constitution says. And thank God, Sandra, you are a law student, soon to be a lawyer. So I'm sure you already understand these things. You can explain. Even when I go up the line, somebody tries to say any other thing.
So let me because you've invited me, let me read. So 19.3a. The trial of a person charged with a criminal offense shall take place in his presence unless A, he he refuses to appear before the court for the trial to be conducted in his presence after he has been duly notified of the trial. So I think that's what you wanted.
So, yes, so I'm interested in the word duly notified. So please, anybody, after I've gone off this interview, anybody comes to tell you that Oforiatta should first come to court in Ghana and run away before the court will continue, it's not talking the constitution of Ghana. And that thank God is ready. So after he has been notified. So as we speak now, Oforiatta offered as far back as February through his lawyers, the ending of January when the brouhaha started, that he's willing to cooperate for us in the U.S. So we have to take the necessary measures and then inform him. He said you do Zoom calls, etc. So if you take those things and inform him it doesn't come, the trial in absentia can continue. I've heard OSP officers trying to say no, we can't do trial in absentia. He should come and attend court once before he pleads. Before you see, that one looks like the Benzilo one. You see, if you look at the Benzilo case, there was a Nigerian who came once and then fled. That's not what the Supreme Court said. That's Bonsu, alias Benzilo versus the Republic. It's 2000 Supreme Court of Ghana law report. Yes, about it. That it was just on the facts of the case that person came to court once and then fled. That it is not the law that the person must always physically come. We have read our constitution. Even sometimes court decisions are made without necessarily interpreting the constitution. What we have here is Oforiatta who says he is willing to participate, cooperate with investigators. So take his offer. He says he will do Zoom call, etc. So when you do a Zoom call, that's not the last one, but I'm just saying that's not the first step. But when you do that final step where you do the Zoom call, you record it, and you can show the court, my lord, here is Oforiatta in the Zoom call. We informed him this day he's not coming. The court will proceed. So that you see he has assets in Ghana, etc. So that when we are done, then we can begin to go after the assets. Because now that we've been quiet, we've not been told that any assets have been frozen. His interest in data banks, enterprise insurance, we don't know whether in the meantime he has sued them. He's stuck for too long. OSC hasn't handled this case with competence at all. It's Oforiatta matter. That one we have to let the case understand that we are not taking that from him.
I do hope these are not ad hominem attacks.
No, I'm just taking the facts. No, sometimes you know how I do this thing. Oh, you know I support Citi. I've known Citi all these decades, over 20 years. It's a brilliant chap. So
it's just on this particular case, you think he did not...
And it's not ad hominem. If we're not talking law, if I was saying Citi is dressing too fanciful, he's having more haircuts, than more criminal conviction, etc. That's the one who say ad hominem. But this one we are talking law.
Now you have suggested. People would say that that's what you are saying.
No, that's not.
Don't mind me. Yes, you can land with
it. Yes. I'm not sitting for law. I can't. I've seen that I can't use friendship. Oh, this way. We are not personal friends, but we've known each other. So in the second person, I can say friends. But no, nobody, because it's a small legal community. And even before we came into the law, University of Ghana, where he was a year ahead of me, and we're in the same hall. Actually, I could give you many things. So we've been in the space together for over 25 years now, okay? Yes, but I've seen that if we use familiarity, in order not to discuss national issues, then it will affect us. Because we need to send in the message so that as we go every day, you wake up in the night and say, God, what have I done? Because this one was no-brainer. You had this complaint, December 2023. KPMG also came and did their report. But by March, thereabouts, they had finished. Then the president gave out the report later on, after incessant complaints by the public. So he still had April, May, June, July, up to December. I mean, what at all were you looking for? What is game? What rocket science? We didn't say that go to court in December 2024. We say that based on these things that have happened, as soon as President Mahama won, there was a new leash of life for all of us. So there was that space we need to quickly hurry up and then see how to, bring him in, arrest him and grant him bail. I'm not saying no. You see, I'm the same person. I wear different hats. I've been to the Supreme Court 3 times on 3 different occasions. So you hear people number 1, there's Attorney General number 1, people number 2, there's Attorney General number 2, then people number 4, there's Attorney General number 4. There are different aspects of bail. So I'm a bail enthusiast. Okay, I don't believe we should just throw people into custody without trial. I just meant that calling in, do an arrest, and then set bail conditions. You are not moving out of Ghana without permission. Those simple things. So what is doing now, it doesn't answer the question, and that fundamental question: how did OSC sit for Ofori-Atta to flee Ghana? So what this whole press conference doesn't answer it. You didn't need to finish totally before this matter is been in the public domain since the complaint December 2023. And Manasseh & Co has spent 1 year. Sandra, look at the report. They started in December 2022. And you know Manasseh said
the wheels of justice are very slow.
Shaka, not this one. This one is super kukwasa. Kukwasa is meaning slow. Pussy is there to allow Ofori-Atta to run away.
So that you are very certain and sure you have a watertight case before you go to court. That's how it ought to be. You cannot rush and crash.
No, that's not what this one is. This one is a case of super incompetence, almost to the extent of criminal negligence. It's almost criminal negligence. Pardon my use. Those are very harsh words you are using in the Office of Special Prosecutor. I want you to know that no, he shouldn't take us for kids. You can't do this. That's what we paid you for. Morning, afternoon, evening. You are supposed to be watching. You sit down and allow the crown jewel to escape, and now you're giving us tons of press conference. To do what with that? To do what? From December 2022. Manasseh sat on this and we said, etc. They sat on it for 1 year. And you know Manasseh already has a track record. So there are some of the things you build on what others have come before you. They spent 1 year constantly some of these things. So it's not finished and KPMG too has come to corroborate. Oh, look, I'm saying that Citi and OSC will pay dearly for this Ofori-Atta escape. No, we are not taking it from him. No, because we can't. Because it's just like it's a joke.
Okay.
We should get excited of this report. Get excited. No. Get excited.
Thank you. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
You're welcome.
That's Martin Pebu. He's a lawyer, celebrated in a number of cases. He's taken to the Supreme Court and succeeded. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We'll be back with more, please.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
We asked Ghanaian business owners what they want from Old Mutual.
I want insurance and pension solutions that will protect my employees.
Your business growth is our business. For 180 years, we have partnered with businesses to protect and grow their most valuable assets. From tailored group life assurance protection to affordable pension plans, we've got your business and your employees covered. Contact your broker or call Old Mutual on 0509 551 609 today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
My hands are champion, creating temptation. 100% natural kibo, ginger, garlic, onion, no salt, no MSG, no preservatives. Steamed, I'm natural. Chicken, fish, and meat.
Kibo 3 100% natural ginger garlic onion powder. Incredible aroma, champion taste. This advert is FDA approved.
Ginger, garlic, and onion. 3-in-1 Kibo.
Dreaming big, thinking Africa. UBA Ghana's got your back. For business growth and expansion, UBA Ghana's got your back. With a 6 billion after loan facility, UBA Ghana's got your back. With POPs, send and receive money anywhere, UBA Ghana's got your back.
UBA Ghana has got your back. With the 6 billion after loan facility, your business can grow, expand, export, and trade across the continent.
And with Paps, send and receive money across Africa instantly. Now live on Leo, your 247 digital banking buddy. UBA Ghana,
Connecting you to Africa's opportunities. UBA,
Africa's global bank.
UBA Ghana's got your back.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Ugomi, now what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, so
this is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action. No, Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, they make a finish Magobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you have the Magobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go!
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like Jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank accounts too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana Citi into 500 times more. And the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. A soldier with the Ghana Air Force has been arrested for assaulting a pharmacist and a young woman at Bema Camp in Accra. The officer, identified as Warrant Officer Frederick Mensah Williams, was captured in a viral video physically attacking the 2 victims. In a statement, the Ghana Armed Forces said the officer has been picked up by the military police, adding that investigations are underway.
The Ghana Armed Forces has arrested the soldier seen in a viral video on GH1 TV and other social media platforms assaulting a drugstore attendant and a female customer on Wednesday at a pharmacy in Bema Camp. The arrest of the suspect was carried out by the Ghana military police personnel at dawn. The suspect is assisting in investigation over the incident. The victims have also undergone medical attention and are also assisting with investigations. The Armed Forces assures the general public that it will not condone any acts of assault on civilians and will not shield any soldier engaged in such.
You heard excerpts of a statement released by the Ghana Armed Forces and read by Citi News' Kennedy Chumesi. Away from that, President John Dramani Mahama has cautioned that rapid growth of artificial intelligence could fuel misinformation globally if not managed responsibly. Speaking at the International Conference on Information Integrity in Paris, the president said manipulated content and bias are distorting public perception and reshaping global narratives, making it increasingly difficult for people to distinguish from facts and falsehood. He urged that information integrity be treated with the same level of urgency as national security or economic development, warning that failure to act decisively could have long-term global consequences.
Work to win the global war against misinformation and disinformation. We leave this conference reminded that disinformation is not an abstract issue. It is shaping elections, it distorts public health response, it fuels conflicts, and undermines the fight against climate change. A decade after the Paris Accord, falsehood continues to erode public confidence in science and policy. If we're to build a sustainable planet, we must also make an informed public. Likewise, the dawn of artificial intelligence has transformed the information landscape. While AI offers immense opportunities for innovation, it also amplifies the risk of misinformation and economic disruption. Deep fakes, synthetic media, and algorithmic manipulation are reshaping what our societies perceive to be the truth. Our collective task must therefore be to harness AI responsibly, to promote transparency, and to ensure that technological progress strengthens rather than undermines public trust.
He also urged nations to deliberately invest in supporting independent journalism, describing it as a central part to preserving peace, accountability, and democracy.
Independent journalism is not a luxury, it is a public good. When journalists can hold their governments accountable, societies flourish. When truth is defended, peace is preserved. And when citizens can access reliable information, democracy endures. So the message from this conference is unmistakable, that the world must invest in truth as deliberately as it invests in infrastructure, in energy or defense. The cost of inaction will be far greater than the cost of those commitments. And so finally, let us leave Paris with a renewed determination to support journalists and institutions that stand for integrity and accountability, to demand transparency and ethical responsibility from digital and AI platforms, and strengthen international cooperation to protect information as a shared global asset.
You heard President John Dramani Mahama. Over to you, Sanda.
This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. On Eyewitness News yesterday, I had an interview with former Minister for Health, Dr. Bernard Okoboy. It has to do with a conversation around Lightwave Health Information Management System. Now, the Minister for Health at a press conference yesterday, and I mean the Honorable Kwabena Mintakando, made a number of revelations and announcements. But the man he succeeded in office spoke to me and said the minister was not being truthful to Ghanaians. Tonight, we have the Honorable Minister for Health, an MP for Dwaboso, Kwabena Mintakando, on the line for a conversation further on this matter. You're welcome to Eyewitness News, sir.
Maro, how are you?
I'm well. How are you doing too?
Oh, I'm managing. It's not like yours, but I'm managing. You know?
I know. Mine is I go through traffic and all of those things. You don't go through traffic, so it's okay. It's okay.
You are mysterious.
You brought yourself for me. I was my corner. Anyway, yesterday after your press conference, I had a conversation with the man you succeeded. He said that the things you said at the press conference are not accurate. More specifically on Lightwave, the new contractor or the new vendor that you are working to introduce, who has a 4-week plan that you talked about. You said that is a wholly Ghanaian entity and that the one that they are succeeding is not a Ghanaian entity. He said the one that was there before you came was a wholly owned Ghanaian company whose contract was signed even when the NDC was in power in 2016. Can you respond to these claims or these statements he made?
Maro, let me say good evening to your viewers and listeners. And just to be fair to your viewers and listeners, I will wish that once we have this conversation, you raise all the issues Okoboy had the opportunity on your platform to spew out so that I can also have the opportunity to react to them. I am exceedingly surprised that Okoboy should even be talking at this point in time. Because, to put it bluntly, he's part of the mess we are cleaning at the moment. And, Omaro, my difficulty is that when people create mess, and if you are put in a position like a ministerial position like mine, you are there to fix and solve problems. So that is not my problem. But then when people who created the mess are making it look as though you are rather the problem and creating the problem, then that is the problem. That is a major challenge. Let me highlight for the sake of people who are listening to us for the first time, and I'll state the facts as they are, and maybe you can ask me questions. Number one, it is very, very interesting that it is Okoboy who is the spokesperson for Lightwave at this point in time. That's very interesting. Number two, I have never on this earth stated that Lightwave is not a Ghanaian company. So Okoboy is actually setting his own questions and answering them. He's setting his own questions. He should play my voice anywhere that I said that company is not a Ghanaian company, and probably he's setting his own questions and answering them. But let me take you through the facts. Number one, the facts are that Okoboy himself has admitted per his write-ups that Lightwave has been overpaid. Clear admission. In his own write-up, he himself has admitted that Lightwave has been overpaid about $10.6 million. This company was given this contract in 2019, and so it is not true that NDC signed this, contract. This contract was signed by Honorable Ajimai Manu. So that's also a lie. That's not correct.
He said you started it on a pilot base before you left.
That's correct.
Yeah.
But in your introduction, you said the NDC signed this contract.
Okay, so forgive me. I think I should have done the paraphrasing well. So he said that you and your government at the time engaged them on a pilot basis. And when he came, I asked him whether they were obligated to sign it, even though you left behind. And he said no, it was based on their own analysis. They decided to sign.
That's a fact.
Yes.
Yes, that's a fact. Now, the contract sum was around $100 million. He was supposed to connect 950 facilities nationwide. He was given 3 years. The contract was supposed to expire in 2022. Now, in 2022, the contract was not well executed. I mean, all the 950 facilities were not connected. The contract was extended to expire in 2023. At the end of 2023, the contract again had not been well executed. Not all the 950 had been connected. It was again extended to end on 31st December 2024. So hear me here, Umaru. After the time we took office, there was no contract. So when Okoboy talks about abrogation or termination of contract, he doesn't know what he's talking about. There was no contract in the first place when we took office. Umaru, again, the contract sum out of the 100 million and 950 facilities, about $77 million had been paid. And about 450 facilities had been connected out of the 950. And in fact, when we took office, we realized that the contract were in milestones. Milestone 1, milestone 2, milestone 3. And therefore, at each milestone, the vendor should hand over everything, access to the data, access to the servers and everything to the state before he goes to the next project. The government at the time never took delivery of these. So when we took over and we did the assessment, we realized that there were gaps even in the hardware. So issues of quantity, issues of quality. And so when we did the analysis on the hardware alone, we had gaps of about $18 million. And again, out of the 450, we realized that about $66 million were corresponding to about 443 health facilities. Now, Okoboy, who is the immediate past health minister, went ahead and gave this man almost $11 million to connect again 157 health facilities. Umaru, don't forget that this contract should not be pre-financed. So you don't give the contractor money before he does the work. He does the work, And according, you do the evaluation before the contractor is paid. But in this case, Okuboy paid him. In fact, Okuboy was the person who paid the last $5 million to the contractor. So he should not be talking. And so out of the 157 facilities, what we can verify is only 7. In all this, we said, okay, these are the queries you must respond. But the software also didn't belong to the state. And so the state didn't have access to the data. We didn't have access to our service. And so what we will do is that we will sign a service maintenance agreement with the contractor so that we'll see this disruption. In the initial stages, the contractor said he had brought some invoice and therefore we should pay him. When in actual fact, he was holding on to about $11 million that he had not performed up to the expectation. And he said, once the contract had expired, upon what basis should I give you extra money? We can only give you extra money when we have a contract with you. And so let's sign the contract. In the contract, we said that, look, give us our data, access to our data and our service, access to the service. The vendor indicated that we should take any clauses that have to do with data out of the contract. And again, we should also not say we have verified 450, we should say we have verified 461. Omaro, at this point, the vendor was virtually blackmailing and holding the whole country to ransom. At each point in time, he would strip the system off and on as and when he desires. And for your information, you can verify from the various health facilities. For the past 2 weeks, the whole system has been shut down. Now, if you are a minister and then you are confronted with such a problem, you should always not go begging a vendor, oh, we beg you, please switch it on for us. Oh, we beg you as a state. You think out of the box. So what we decided to do is that, look, we will roll out a new software that will be owned by the state. And that was the biggest problem, which has brought us to this point.
He said, he said just on that new software, he said you deliberately gave it a name that includes the word Ghana to make it sound as if it belongs to the state, when indeed it does not.
So it's a company saying that the software for LIMS belongs to the state. Has he answered that question?
No, but he said it's Ghanaian owned, contrary to what you said.
Being Ghanaian owned, Omaro, let your listeners flow and understand this carefully. Being Ghanaian owned is different from, the software being the property of the state. These are two completely different things. And I am saying to him that they sat down, signed a contract, and so pretended over a contract that the software doesn't belong to the state. He should answer that question.
Okay. There's another thing he
and then
said.
Secondly, Omaro, let me cross here, then you can be.
Go ahead.
The secondly, Omaro, what we also want to do is that we have to create a middleware, like an exchange system, where all our data will be lodged in. So even if you engage a vendor, the vendor will then be plugged into the system. So if the vendor decides to even go away, it will not affect your data. It's one of the issues. The next issue has to do with the rest of the 500. We are here because almost all these 450 were done by one person. So when that one person decides to switch the thing off, we are in trouble. So the remaining 500, going forward, we are not going to monopolize it. We are going to open up for people, Ghanaians, who will meet the requirement to also bid, and then they will plug them through the exchange. And so he also talks about a contract being abrogated and that we didn't handle the issue well. If anybody caused financial loss to the state, it is a cowboy who handed over. In fact, together it was about $10.6 million. That contractor has not done that work. He is the one who has caused financial loss to the state.
On that part of causing financial loss or allegation of same, you mentioned earlier yesterday that the Attorney General had been giving briefing on this matter. Do you know what the update is? Should we see any information about possible charges?
It is not only the Attorney General's, department. Almost all the stakeholders are on board. Minister for Communication is on board. Now we are working with cyber security and then the NITA and all that. AG is on board. Yoko is on board. So we have the opinion from the AG and we are working systematically according to the recommendations and all that.
Okay. One more question before you go. He said yesterday again to me that you had made a statement which he says was false, and that you said the system was not hosted in Ghana and that was hosted in India. He said the data center is on the second, or was it first floor of the Ministry of Health. So what you said was not accurate.
It is either Okubwe doesn't understand what he's talking about, or he's being economical with the truth. One, Umaru, I can come and put a server in your room. It doesn't mean you have administrative access to the server. In your room. It doesn't mean that you have administrative access to the server. And I'm putting it on record that the cloud infrastructure and the developers are in India. And everybody, look, Umaru, speak to the facilities, the health providers. They will tell you what they are going through. And so when you have somebody who is just the immediate past minister who is part of the mess, this one, did you ask Okubwe why he sat down, didn't demand what had been done already, and went ahead and paid the last $5 million to the vendor? Did you ask Okubwe that question? So they said their own question, and then they embark on it like as though somebody has said something and he is answering. Why is he the one speaking for Lightwave at this point in time? Why is he the one speaking for him? And so, Umaru, for me, the most important point is that you must get out of this mess, this situation. It is not about somebody going to beg, oh, I beg you. No. It's about the state having the sovereignty. It's about the state having access to our own data and our own service, and will not allow anybody to hold us to ransom.
Okay.
And so there's a clear roadmap going forward to roll out all the 450 facilities to be connected and continue the paperless system.
Very
and
well.
we are confidently pursuing that responsibly and decisively.
Before you go, one question. Do you know or suspect that the former minister has any interest in Lightwave? And two, do you, as current minister, have any interest in the new company?
My interest in the new company is to get all these 450 facilities back online and for Ghanaians to attend to the various facilities smoothly without any interruption. That is my interest. And I have an interest. And that interest I'll pursue.
The former minister, does he have an interest in Lightwave?
Well, when you meet him, you ask him that question.
Okay.
I'm exceedingly surprised he's speaking for them, but I think that I'm not the right person to answer this question.
Thank you so much for speaking to us.
I wish there are other questions you could ask. And I've also heard about the fact that they say the new one is costing $50 million. I don't know where they are getting all these figures.
I think yesterday you said it's costing about half of the amount. And
so it is either they are being mischievous or they didn't understand what I said. A question was asked about the cost. And this is what I said. I said, we are not going to reinvent the wheel. We are not going to start all over again. The infrastructure that has been built, and that is for the state, that is what we are going to build on. The hardware, no. We are not going to buy any hardware. If anything, we are dealing with the software. And the amount that LIMS use to roll out the software, we are not going to use anything close to that. It is going to be far, 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 far less.
Okay.
So, for example, I'll cite an example. LIMS took 5 years to do this work, and LIMS, according to their breakdown, used about $23 million on the rollout of a software that is not for the state. And I made it clear that we will not use anything closer, near to 23 million, but again, the software will be the perpetual property of the state. Have I said 50 million?
All
What
right.
did you hear 50 million?
Because you said it will not cost, or it will cost around half, so the calculation was done. If the cost of the original program was
what I said.
100 million,
Indeed,
then the assumption was I was going to...
if indeed they were not prejudiced, and I say on that same platform, I said we are going to use the same infrastructure. We are not going to buy
So if we were to talk about the specific figure that this new contract sum would be, what figure would that be in
Brilliant question.
exclusive of the infrastructure that has been met?
Brilliant question. Number one, I've told you that it cost Lightwave $23 million as part of their breakdown and the contract to do what we are doing recently. And so the second point is that it's not going to be anything close to 23 million. Umaru, I am very careful. I knew this question would come up. I'm very careful not to put out the figure because we are still doing the piloting. Negotiations are still ongoing. We've not concluded the procurement processes. Why would I put out any figure? But what I can assure you as a minister is that it is never close to 23 million as names used.
Okay. Last question. We have
Go ahead.
The contract with the existing company. Have we abrogated it?
Which company?
The
You're also falling victim to
Sorry. I'm saying that
there is no contract.
So the limbs was operating in a vacuum.
Listen to me, then maybe I'll have to. That's
No. Don't repeat yourself. Forgive me if I'm dragging you back. Perhaps
No.
I just wanted to
maybe
understand.
because you are asking and you are not clear. There are viewers and listeners who may also be confused like you. So give me the opportunity to clear. No, you don't worry.
No,
I'll repeat myself.
No, don't repeat yourself. My time is. I just wanted one thing. Is there a chance of the existing company taking us on anywhere to say that we have abrogated a contract and that there will be financial loss to the state through the payment of judgment debt? Are you sure where you are that we will not face any such situation?
If you want a copy of the contract, I can furnish you. I can give you a copy.
Very well.
And let me state it categorically that the contract expired on 31st December 2024.
Very well.
And so I or the NDC government didn't come to meet any valid contract in place, let alone
So there's nothing to terminate. There's nothing to terminate. Okay. Thank you.
There's nothing to terminate.
Very well. Thank you so much for the clarification.
Is that all the questions you can ask?
For now, yes. We'll do more later.
Okay, all right.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Please, when you go to Jaboso, tell them we say hello.
Very well.
Thank you. And then, right, in fact, I have one more question for you. Rice. On rice, something that you have a lot of interest in. Bernard has been on a campaign on the breakfast show about people who produce rice not getting the market. Those who buy and sell are saying that Ghanaians are not patronizing that because there's influx of foreign rice in the country, which is affecting them. I don't know if you have a comment on that as someone who is a rice farmer yourself.
Yes. Omaru, when you have a government that is overperforming, these are some of the challenges you face. And I'll give you why we are in this situation. Omaru, we are here because the strength of the cedi has gone down. And so the imported rice have become very cheap. And the cost of production of the local rice is high. And so we are not able to compete favorably with the foreign rice because of the strength of the cedi. Now the cedi has gained more strength. And so when they bring the imported rice in, the imported rice has become more cheaper. So it is one of the problems we are facing at this point in time. But His Excellency the President has directed that the school feeding program must be used to mop up all these farmers' rice. And I believe it is irrespective of the price.
Very well. But you see, the problem is that the farmers are saying they are not making money. The rice is wasting away. That is a problem. For you as a farmer, I'm sure you are affected, even though for
yes,
you
I
as
agree.
for you as a member of
Fortunately,
NDC, you are happy, but for you as a farmer, you will be crying. No business.
that's what I'm saying. That you see, there's a problem, but there is also a blessing. Your city has gained strength, and your farmers also are not able to be very competitive in the market. And so there's a problem, I agree. But I believe that with time, this problem will be sorted, because we'll have to encourage the local processors to go and mop up all these farmers' rice, and then we'll use that rice to feed the school feeding people in the system. And so
well,
I believe that it is not something that we will not have solutions to. But genuinely, I have had a similar concern.
Okay. Thank you so much for speaking to us, sir.
You're welcome.
That's Honorable Minister for Health, a rice farmer, Member of Parliament for Dwaboso, the Honorable Kwabena Minta Kando. Ijubi, what else do you have for us?
The former Director General of the National Service Authority, NSA, Osei Esibe Entry, has pleaded not guilty to all 14 counts of financial crimes filed against him by the state. Mr. Osei Esibe, who served as the principal spending officer and signatory to the NSA's accounts, is accused of authorizing payments to ghost names, resulting in substantial financial losses to the state. The charges include counts of stealing and causing financial loss involving sums ranging from 516,000 cedis to 55 million Ghana cedis. Presiding over the case, Justice Kizita Nakowa Koshi granted the accused bail in the sum of 800 million Ghana cedis, with 6 sureties required to provide landed property equivalent to the bail amount. As part of the bail conditions, Mr. Osei Esibe is to deposit all passports at the court registry and has been placed on the Ghana Immigration Service stop list pending the final determination of the case. He is also required to report to the police headquarters on the first and third Wednesdays of every month. The court has directed the prosecution to file all disclosures with the case scheduled to continue on December 2, 2025. Away from that, the High Court in Accra has granted a 150 million cedis bail to former Chief Executive Officer of the National Food and Buffer Stock Company, Abdul Hanan, and his wife, Faiza Seidu Wuni. The two have pleaded not guilty to 24 counts of stealing, defrauding by false pretenses, intentional dissipation of public funds, money laundering, and using public office for profit. Abdul Hanan has granted bail in the sum of 100 million Ghana cedis with 6 sureties, 4 of whom must be justified with landed property. The court, presided over by Justice Audrey Kokuvite, also directed that the accused be placed on a stop list at all entry and exit points in the country. The second accused, Faiza Seidu Wuni, was separately granted bail in the sum of 50 million Ghana cedis with 4 sureties, 3 of whom are to be justified with landed property within the court's jurisdiction.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
If home is where the heart is, then let's go home, shall we? Let's go where the entertainment is, where the passion is, where the laughter is, and sometimes even the tears too. Let's go where we feel safe enough to share our opinions
and send tweets,
where we do that embarrassing little dance to our favorite song. Let's go home where the love, the care, and the joy live.
There's no place like home. Connect your home to super fast internet with affordable data bundles from MTN Home. Visit broadband.mtn.com.ga or your My MTN app to sign up today. Everywhere you go.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like Jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank accounts too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number, or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you are abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana Citi into 500 times more, and the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Are you ready to unlock the next big thing? It's a universe of endless possibilities. Get ready to be part of this universe.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, madam.
Is that not my daughter's picture and name on your school's billboard?
Oh, yes.
But why? Is that how things are done?
Oh, madam, but I thought you would be happy to see your child's picture on display by the school. She's a star.
Star for what? Look, take that billboard down right now. My child and I need to know when our personal information is being shared, how it is shared, and what it is used for in any organization. It is my daughter's personal space and her privacy matters. Why would you do that?
Madam, please, exercise patience.
Assert your privacy rights. Request erasure. Restrict the use of your information. You can give and withdraw consent to the collection, usage, and disclosure of your information from any organization. It's your rights. It's the law. Privacy is everyone's responsibility. To learn about your rights and more, visit www.dataprotection.org.gh or call 0256 301533. Remember, privacy is personal.
Channel One TV has a way of telling their stories. Stories that empower change. Capturing the trending issues, delving into our communities, getting out the voices that matter.
Almost 13 to 16 people were under the ground and it collapsed on them. Yesterday we were able to make it and remove 8 of them and 4 were dead.
Channel One Newsroom, CNR, brings you an exhaustive coverage of the day's news. 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
Don't mine in forest reserves, and always when you've created a mess, clean it up. The laws are there. So it's not that we need more laws, it is just that we need more enforcement.
Channel One Newsroom captures the exact news temperature of the nation. From the northern, western, eastern, and southern parts of Ghana, Channel One Newsroom, CNR's got you covered.
Let's speak to the core issues in terms of how we can prevent professionals who have been given the mandate to teach our children, and for this matter, the old children's standard of care, and how they can live up to expectation.
8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
How can somebody work and you tell the person I appreciate you for 10 good months? I can't stand it. I'm owing rent. What should I do to be able to pay my rent? I don't understand. They should pay us. Enough is enough.
CNR, telling your stories, empowering change. Catch CNR on Channel 1 TV at 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
Flight 715 is now boarding at Gate 4.
Welcome to the Stanbic Bank app that makes you live a lot more like
topping up my electricity before ECG do me yawa.
That's smart. And you have to send mom money. Forgot?
Easy. We'll just transfer from the app.
We are about to take off.
Okay, let me also enable my travel notice.
It was that easy, huh?
Complete. Now I can use my card abroad without it getting declined.
Hey, you forgot to pay your water bill. The guys are outside to disconnect.
Wait a minute. Water bill payment? Done.
Why you lucky?
Charlie, my Stanbic Bank app sorting me back to back.
Level up and do more with the Stanbic Bank app. Download now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Visit stanbicbank.com.gh or call 0302 815 789 to get started. Stanbic Bank.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Ejubi Wiafe Akentin. Let's settle for the details. The country's recent macroeconomic stability can only be sustained if the currency stability is anchored to domestic production and export diversification. While monetary tightening and fiscal consolidation have helped stabilize the cedi and reduce inflation, maintaining these gains will depend on stronger links between policy stability and real sector productivity. Delivering a speech on behalf of the governor, Dr. Johnson Isiama, at the 14th Ghana Economic Forum in Accra, Dr. John Kwache, advisor to the governor, said Ghana's next phase of recovery must focus on structural reforms and innovation to build a resilient economy.
Stability without production or productivity is hollow. A currency derives its enduring wealth from what a nation produces and sells to the world. Ghana's fundamentals, gold, cocoa, and oil, remain vital. But the next phase of our growth must come from our value addition. We must refine our gold, process our cocoa, and manufacture more of what we consume. The passage of the Gold Board Act 2025 marks an important shift. It centralizes gold trading and export, formalizes the value chain, and links our mineral wealth directly to our reserve strategy. This is how currency value becomes tangible, when national resources translate into national assets.
Dr. John Kwache is advisor to the governor of the Bank of Ghana. Ghana's banking sector has recorded a significant decline in non-performing loans, but analysts say more needs to be done to further strengthen credit risk management and reduce losses. Per the Bank of Ghana's latest data, the industry's NPL ratio dropped to 20.8% in August 2025, down from 24.3% a year earlier. Banking consultant Dr. Richmond Etuahene tells Citi Business News, while the improvement is encouraging, banks must tighten credit assessment and strengthen loan recovery system to sustain the trend.
And again, the Bank of Ghana came with the directives, I think, to September, like that we're going to bring the non-performing from as high as 20.8% to 10%. It's good to set the directives. The problem is not so much of the banks. It's the problem of the contractors and the IPPS that has not been paid. So if you really want to bring it down, I'm just giving them free advice. They should liaise very well with the Minister of Finance so that they can set even a payment plan to the banks that are holding the government debt contracts on them. And if they have a payment plan that they will pay off by 2026 or 2027, then the bank will take consolation that the government is paying.
That was Dr. Richmond Etuahene, banking consultant. Ghanaian entrepreneurs are being encouraged to open up their businesses to equity investors as a means of attracting the capital needed for competitiveness. The call comes amid persistent challenges faced by SMEs in accessing affordable financing to scale up their operations beyond subsistence levels. Speaking at the launch of the 300 million cedi scale-up fund in Accra, President of RNAQ Holdings, Richard Ni-Amakwe, said it was time for business owners to move away from what he described as an ownership obsession and embrace collaborative growth through shared investment.
What we often lack is the capital and the system to scale. You see, starting a business is one journey. Scaling it is another. Starting is about courage, scaling is about structure. And that's where too many great entrepreneurs fall short. Not because they don't work hard, but because they grow without systems, without mentorship, and without capital alignment. The Scale-Up Fund was built to fix that.
That was the president of RNAQ Holdings, Richard Niama Kwe. Away from that, government says it has not received any official communication from farmer groups threatening to boycott the 2025 National Farmers' Day celebrations. It follows reports that some associations within the agriculture value chain have announced the boycott in protest over what they describe as government inaction and worsening conditions in the food production sector. However, officials at the Ministry of Food and Agriculture have dismissed these claims of neglect, insisting that the government is committed to supporting farmers and improving productivity. Head of Communications at the Ministry, Aprekulate, tells Citi Business News that the concerns raised by the farmer groups are being addressed.
Officially, the ministry has not received any communication from any farmer saying that they will not take part in the coming farmers because of the ministry's inaction. And that statement, to me, I don't want to call it a bit. In the ministry inaction, in what respect? Basically, this government is just less than a year old. The minister is there and is around 6 months in the office. But yet, though, the excesses in the markets are being catered for through buffer stock. For the first time, buffer stock has been allocated more than 100 million Ghana cedis. And the purpose of this amount is to buy from the farmers the excess so that the farmers will not run at loss. So if this is their concern, it's being catered for. And as we speak, buffer stock is on the third. So if the way they use the ministry's inability, if it's true, because we have not received any official communication, I just saw it on social. So the ministry is just handling them.
Aprekulate is head of communications at the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. Moving on, Ghana's rice production industry has come to a halt as all millers across the country have reportedly shut down operations due to mounting financial losses. According to the president of the Association of Ghana Rice Producers and Processors, Alhaji Saibu Brahma, the shutdown follows years of unsold stock and lack of market access. He disclosed that over 200,000 tons of locally produced rice from last year's harvest are going bad because farmers and millers have been unable to sell them. Alhaji Brahma also blames the crisis on the decision of some state agencies, including the military and the National Food Buffer Stock Company, to source cheaper, smuggled rice instead of supporting local producers.
2020, the 24 harvesting season, they were not able to buy the rice because previous years, what happened that Ghana Armed Forces, school feeding program, and other government agencies were all patronizing the local rice. But along the line, we saw in people smuggling the rice from unapproved routes like the Sankansi border in the north. Some are coming from the Brown Hafon region area through the Sapa from Cote d'Ivoire to Ghana, with an expiring rice being read back. So we approach it, and then the situation was getting out of hand, and we had to report to I personally met Minister of Trade.
Alhaji Brahma is president of the Association of Ghana Rice Producers and Processors. And that's all for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Ejubi Miafe Akenti. Up next is Point Blank.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s. You lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
"Hello, Kwame."
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EcoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change, powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Go me. At what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car. Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind said be the 3-in-1 action. No, Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make I feel the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Your family's health should never be a worry, no matter where you are in the world. Are you a Ghanaian in the diaspora, a foreign resident in Ghana, or a Ghanaian looking for the perfect health insurance plan for yourself or your family in Ghana? Then the Apex Ebusiapa Health Cover is what you need. A comprehensive health insurance plan to protect your loved ones. From hospital stays to life-saving treatments, we ensure quality healthcare at an affordable cost. Apex Ebusiapa Health Cover. You don't just send love home, you secure it. Visit Apex Health Insurance at Zion House, Boundary Road, Shashi East Legon, or call 0540-128-256 or 0501-683912. Apex Ebusiapa Health Plan. Global love, local care.
Announcing Ghana's first unlimited photocopier leasing. Yes, from just 983 Ghana cedis, you can lease a multifunctional photocopier and print unlimited. Yes, unlimited and free paper every month. Guess what? That's not all. Toners, repairs, and maintenance all are free. And oh, I'm not kidding at all. And we cover the whole country. Yes, the whole country. What are you waiting for? Just visit us at www.valexlease.com or call 0244 644048. I repeat, or call 0244 644048. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Valix Lease, affordable document management solutions.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Hello and welcome to Point Blank on Eyewitness News. I'm Umaru Sandamani. Tonight on Point Blank, we are going to the House of Parliament. The Committee on Public Accounts has been interrogating or questioning officials from a number of agencies from the Ministry of Works and Housing. There was an interesting conversation. We're going to bring you excerpts. Please listen.
The State Housing Company Limited was originally set up around 1967 as the development arm for the government. So mainly they were tasked with building residential and sometimes office accommodation for government workers, public servants, civil servants, and the like. Over the years, the organization morphed into first a corporation and then eventually into a limited liability company around 1997. Actually 1996, just to be correct. Our core mandate, as it stands today, is to be able to provide affordable and sustainable housing to the majority of Ghanaians in areas that give them a sense of pride of place. So that's basically what we do. Our mandate also includes managing a section of lands that were compulsorily acquired by government and placed in our care. So we provide those estate management services. So for most Ghanaians who own or have leased government lands, their leases and tenancy is managed by State Housing Company Limited. In support of the ministry's objectives, we are one of the development arms under the ministry, so TDC being one, and from the technical side, our colleagues at AESL and the other agencies support the ministry in terms of delivering as many housing units as possible. It is important to put on record that State Housing, however, is not a subvented organization. All of our activities are financed internally through internally generated funds. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So when is the next affordable housing coming on so that Ghanaians listening will know when to come to your outfits for? Yes.
So we currently have a number of ongoing projects. The affordability debate is arguable. However, we are working under the ministry. The ministry has quite a lot of significant major housing projects, some of which form part of the Big Push agenda, which are coming on stream soon, and we are one of the lead agencies in executing that. In fact, I'm sure Madam Honorable Minister will speak to the district housing scheme, which is being piloted in the next month or so, and State Housing is one of the agencies delivering those houses. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. State Housing Company, you are discharged.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
May we have AESL, please? AESL, could you introduce yourself to the committee, please?
Yeah. So my name is Surveyor Gordon Tanga, the Acting Managing Director for the company.
My name is Architect Nakwali Kwoti. I am the Deputy Managing Director of AESL.
I'm Alhaji Ibrahim Jibril, Acting Head of Finance.
I'm Seth Ufurulavi, representing the external auditors.
I'm George Kwashe, representing the Audit Committee, AESL.
My name is Abdul Latif, Accountant, AESL.
Honorable Frankie Abua will go through the financials with you.
Thank you, Chairman. Architectural and Engineering Services Limited, AESL. I've gone through your financials. I've not really seen any much problem, except to say that Ghanaians don't really know your mandate and what you do. So in less than 120 seconds, can you walk us through what your mandate is and what you do? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So the Architectural and Engineering Services Limited was carved out of what was then known as the Public Works Department in 1973. And the mandate of the company at the time, which was actually called a corporation, was to provide consultancy services on government projects for various ministries, departments, and agencies across the country. That mandate remained until 1993, when we were converted into a limited liability company. What that meant then was that we were no longer, the various ministries, departments, and agencies were no longer obliged to necessarily engage AESL to carry out any consultancy services. So we were then competing with other consultants in the industry. What that also meant then was we became a purely commercial entity, which meant that we could be sued, and then we could also sue people who were owing us for any services that we provided, and payments were not coming. So we still provide the same service that we used to provide in the 70s, but this time we compete with the private sector for jobs.
Thank you. Your 120 seconds is up, so that's fine.
Thank you.
In that case, since you are now a limited liability company, where I'm seeing an increase or a decrease in your revenue, so this revenue, is it generated by your own, or where or you get funding from the government?
Honorable Chair, we generate it on our own. We don't get funding from government. No.
That's very good. So I'm seeing, aside the revenue, 21 million, I'm seeing other income. Where is that one coming from?
Honorable Chair, we have rent income. That we have some spaces we rent out.
Your rent income went from 1 million in 2022 to 276 in 2023. What happened?
Honorable Chair, we have other source of income apart from the rent income.
Yeah, I wanted the component of the other income, and you said rent income is included. And our chairman is asking you that in 2022, you had other income of more than $1 million. But in 2023, it came down to 276,000. And he's asking why. Is it the case that the people are no longer renting?
No, they are renting. In fact, we have rent income. It moves to 135,264. The other component of other income, rent, interest, we have certificate fees and contract fees too, we also get, and then sometimes disposal. The component of the rent actually even drop due to non-payment from some of our tenants.
Don't let us go there. Let's leave it like that. Don't let us go there. It's fine. So you turn a loss situation of 1 million in 2022 to a profit of 565,000, representing 154%. That is very good. And let's move to your financial position. The current ratio has improved. It moved from 1.3 to 1 to 1.4 to 1, which implies that you will be able to meet your current financial obligations. So I don't think, Chairman, I have much to say. It's okay. You're doing.
So you had excerpts of what transpired at the Public Accounts Committee in Parliament today. It had to do with agencies under the Ministry of Works and Housing. When Well, that's by way of Eyewitness News tonight. I'm Omar Sandamado. I did this with a Jubi Wiafi Akentin. I was produced by Beverly London and Fred Tete Jaban, as well as Kobna Wilson. Technical support from Emmanuel Latte, and technical support from Emmanuel Usu and the new media team. We'll be back tomorrow at 17:30 GMT. Thank you for listening and have a good night.
Citi News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, Citi 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at Citi 973.